Well, with the start of 2026, the end of 2025 came about too. And the end of 2025 for me meant a couple different things actually. And one of the biggest ones I think is career. I recently graduated and I decided to not go down the safe path that I had throughout the past 4 years at college built out for myself, which was a difficult decision. Um, it was a scary decision actually too, just because like well, a lot of people say to basically, go down the safe path first and then do what you like, and you shouldn't really do that. Um, and it's still a hard thing to kind of process and think about because I don't really always know what I'm doing, and it's more like, I could have gone down that route of staying in accounting, staying in Big Four, and just working out my first 1 to 2 years and then leaving or doing something on the side. But, you know, there's a lot of thoughts that go into this. And one story that I've had um, is when I started running. When I started running, I hated and loved every second of it. I couldn't really go that far. It took me about 3 months to be able to even really start running properly. And I was kind of overweight, and I don't even know what really got me into it, but I was just seeing the sunset and I was like, it's a beautiful time to run. And then I just started running. And in that whole realm of like, well, I understand that I can unlock something within myself and change and do things, is what is at the back of my head now because of it. I'm a completely different looking person because of it. And I love running. Another thought that comes from it is people always say, learn and do the thing that you actually want to do rather than adjacent to it. So, what that means is if I want to, say, you know, run a marathon, then I should be preparing by running a marathon. If I want to be a great swimmer, I should prepare by being a great swimmer. I should go into the pool every day and swim. I shouldn't be doing things like, I don't know, stretches or yoga. That could be a helpful day off, but I shouldn't be doing the thing that I don't want to do, or that isn't 100% the exact thing I want to do. Because, you know, repetition is kind of key. As you continuously do the same thing, you hone in on your craft. Because when I started running, right, I'm terrible. Now I can just run. I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. It's hard to explain, but the flow state is so surreal when you already know exactly what you're going to do, and it's just, well, doing it. And that's an exciting feeling. But with this with this stuff of like really figuring out what I want to do and everything, I at least know that um, even though I didn't pick the safe route, and maybe I didn't de-risk not picking the safe route, kind of just flung myself into it, that I am now in the lifestyle where I hold everything that I'm trying to do in my hands almost, and it's kind of scary, right? I'm having to 100% think about every single thing right now, like even what job, like I know I'm not accounting, at least not complete audit accounting. I mean, I don't know. At least not right
Yeah,
now.
at least not right now. Sorry, cut it. Maybe IT accounting at the minimum is what I said. But this kind of goes into this whole idea of, you know, risk and opportunity, or not even. not even like opportunity of money, opportunity of XYZ that are traditionally thought about, but more opportunity to live a life that I want, that I want to craft. And within that, we'll see what else follows. And it's like a interesting thought, right? Because that's a lot of privilege. It's extreme privilege to think that I can do what I want. Actually, to even think it, to have it is a completely different thing. I'm not even sure if I'm there yet, but to think that I can have it, or even for a second, think that I can have it and have it for a second, extreme privilege. And it makes me very curious of like, well, will reality slam down on this and I will look back and kind of regret every second of it because I completely messed up? Or will I look back and be like, yeah, no, I completely messed up maybe, but every single second was worth it and I learned so much. I feel like I've learned that a lot of different times in a lot of different mediums, and the Steve Jobs books is one. I recently watched Vinland Saga with my cousin, and throughout that story I was like, that's what he learned, right? He learned that he might have done things that he hated, but underneath it he turned into what he really wanted to at the very end, because he went through, I guess, quote unquote hell, and then he found out at the end, like, he was able to undig what he really wanted, and then he was able to pursue it, right? Yeah, that is where I'm at right now, and I can't tell what I need to do per se. I do things, right? Like, this is something I'm doing. I do want to edit it later and put it on TikTok. the YouTube, I'm realizing, is going to be my raw and filtered stuff, and I'm just going to like edit it and put shorts on TikTok and Instagram. But like, yeah, will I be able to be the person that I look up to in the future and be like, here's everything that I learned, and kind of just teach my children, because I want to have children, like, this is what it really means to be uniquely you, and you shouldn't necessarily be afraid, de-risk things a little bit more than I did, but you shouldn't be afraid, and you should really follow what you want to do. And it's going to be difficult, but there's a billion people in this world, more, and each one of us are just doing our own thing. Why do you think you need to be held in such a regard that you're not able to be yourself? And for myself, I love to constantly improve, constantly reflect, so I feel like I'm given more autonomy in the things that I want to improve on in this sort of way. Not everyone wants that, obviously, and that's fine. It's just it's a bit interesting for me to think about, like, people just don't necessarily care or want that. I'm like, okay, I'll let you be. But for those people that are out there that are like, oh, that's what I want, then it's a short and a long life. So I guess get started as soon as possible. Bye.